Grand rising, afternoon and evening, whenever you see this. This is Beyond the Spectrum. Okay, so this is what kind of, this morning, this rising, um, Gabriel appeared. And I was getting these messages, so I thought I'd share them. If it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, move on. Um, so I was getting, they stole the Lemurian star and turned it on its axis. And that's why the volcanoes lay dormant. And then when I was writing that and underlining about the volcanoes laying dormant, the lights lit up on the night table. When I was underlining volcanoes lay dormant. And then same with the pyramids, and they are Lucifer. Trying to bring it to light for its power. You know, I was getting the Texas Lone Star, which is the Lemurian star. Okay, so if you turn the star and flip it, it has the sigil of Lucifer. Yeah, this is what came through. And then John 3:16, all right? And this was interesting. I've seen this a little differently. For God so loved the world, right? Not the souls here, and not the children. For God so loved the world. Well, who loves the world? Morningstar. So then that was like about an hour and a half ago. And then just shuffling through, connecting in, Lyra came out, the Lemurian star, taken over by Venus, okay? To put in a Polaris like state by the Alpha Centaurian, okay, which is Mesopotamia. That's why the rainbow children are here. That's why we're here. The indigo children are here. And it's really affecting us. And you'll know. I mean, again, I'm not into labels and all that, but it's the only way I can know how to communicate from the souls here. All right, it's like a soul trap here. It's a lot. I was getting a lot about the Lemurian star being taken over by Venus. Venus ain't all about love, baby. You know, when you're starting to wake up to this, which I am more and more, you realize that this is the stuff that's here is clearly all Morning Star, all of it, everything, everything. Why do you think the Amish make their own clothes? Why do you think the Amish tend their own lands and do what they do? You know, it's this reason for that, because everything's encoded with Morning Star here. So I found this through ancient civilizations here, the Druids. We've been here many times because it was taken over by Greece. Okay, and it was. And the more I research this, the more I find this stuff out, and I find that interesting. For Gabriel did come to me this morning. I was asking a lot of questions about everything. Because when you really understand the level of this, it's deep. It's deep, and it's being revealed, and it's really ugly, and it's disturbing. And hearing what that Masonic book said, more and more has opened up for me, as far as spirituality and what is going on, and how, like, if you don't understand, we're in hell. We're in hell. We really are. This isn't a doom and gloom thing. This is, you are the light in this realm. Look at just look around you. These things, these characters on TV wearing, they're demons. It's, I don't know, pretty clear to me. It's very clear to me. So what does this all mean? I don't know. The Lemurian star was taken over and flipped, turned off its axis for its power by Morning Star. It has something to do with, that's when, like, because what first came through was Texas and the Lone Star, flipped sigil, the flipped sigil. And then the the volcanoes being dormant like that. Um, and that's why we're having a polar shift, to be shift in the right frequency, because Rome has already ruled their day. It's over. Called as the Great Babylon, whatever. Pick a feature. It's over. In Roman, the word Roman means Satan. So when you start realizing this, and you're like, wait a minute, wow, brings it to a whole other level. I don't know about you, but I like to stay in the right light. I don't ever want to be tricked into a false light. And this ruler, whatever, this president is not of light. Mm-mm. Nope. And you, whatever, you believe what you want, it's whatever. It is, he's not of light. It's going to be a great deceit. Again, he already locked us down. He locked us down. Remember that. And more is to come. He's going to come off like the hero, and he's making all these changes. All of these of the same tribe. Just different meat suits. They're all of the same tribe. It is deep. This whole place was built with Thoth's tools. The two-headed serpent. Thoth is the two-headed serpent. Dragon, serpent, it's the same thing. And we're in the middle of the battle of Thoth and Ra. And whatever that means, by the way, because I'm just sitting on the fence here, like paying attention. And it's in everything. And the more you get enlightened, the more you will honestly can be attacked. For I bear witness to it. I bear witness to it. I could get into it, but I'm not going to get into my personal stuff. But the more you awaken, the more they try to attack you. And it's real. And it's over. And it's over. So Venus took over Lyra. All right. And I know that Mount Fossil University talks about, because Venus gave birth. All right. That is to the morning star. To try to take over the Lemurian star. So this is just the stuff that came to me this morning, and these aligned with what came out with what I was, getting from Gabriel. Because I just, I'm just a soul here trying to get through this weirdo world. And it's a weirdo world. And it is very deceptive. And it is. And people want to try to take advantage of you all the time. A lot of sevens came up, by the way. That was another thing that came up. It kept coming up, 77, 77. Let me see if I can find my tablet real quick. I'll show you. When I was starting to research more, sirens are going off in the background as well. And I couldn't tell you what all this means. It just, the deception is deep. And the targeting is real. And listen, I'm all of love and light, and I am, but I have no problem telling you to go fuck yourself, and I don't. When I feel people are bullying me or trying to strong arm me and pull crap and think that I'm weak, I get a lot of go fuck yourself, get away from me. And I seem to come across a lot of these weirdos like that, and I do. And I'm over it. And it's everywhere. And a lot of star seeds are being moved around. And they are. For whatever reason. They're just there's a group, like a serious group of souls here that are being moved, relocated. It's really trusting, relying on the Most High God right now in your soul and hearing what you hear over this 3D world. All right, and what people try to tell you what is. And there's nothing wrong with having a little go fuck yourself. There isn't. This isn't about being mean. This is like, I'm not a doormat. People think you're weak, and it's really weird. It's really weird. Like, I've experienced people trying to target me because I'm a woman. I have disabilities, and they think I'm stupid, and I'm not. Those are 3 big mistakes that they make with a lot of star seeds. Because you're a good soul and you're a good person, and it's almost like to the core, you will help even, and they take advantage of it. It's not even funny. They take advantage of your light, and they do, and it's not okay. And it's time it stops. And I know a lot of starseeds are in that energy. It's a lot of tower moments, breaking down the 4th wall, right? Because we're in that time. Breaking down the 4th wall. And when you realize everyone around you, these I don't know, world leaders, actors, singers, politicians, police officers, all of them, they are all part of the same brotherhood. Maybe some aren't, okay? There might be a few in there that are not, but they're all part of the same brotherhood. And you take what you resonates with you. Because I mean, I'm listening to some of this stuff what these folks are saying, like call that saying they're woke and everything, and they're not even realizing that they're putting demonic symbolism, or maybe they are realizing it, but they're coming across like they're not realizing they're putting demonic symbols on themselves. Like it's just different levels of where you're at, but everything here is of Morningstar. Every article of clothing, food, everything, everything is everything. And because you're a light, you're not going to be welcomed, and you're going to be targeted, and it's going to keep going on and on and on, because for you are a child of the Most High God. You are the light here, and you continue to stay on your course of in your faith. I mean, I'm not ever trying to tell, and this I'm not going to tell you how to have a relationship with the Most High God, ever. Most High God is real. So isn't Jesus Christ is real. The Christ is real, and we are the Christ. For we have Christ RNA in us. That's a fact. And you will be targeted because of it, because you want to tap into that more. And that's just being a good person, doing the next right thing. It doesn't mean you're gonna, spread the parting of the Red Seas and stuff like that. It's just doing the next right thing. Trusting your instincts, knowing something's off and not going along with it. Um, just trusting your intuition versus what people outside, you know, people, places, and things want to tell you. And you'll be amazed at how many people try to cling on to you, by the way, as you're moving through toxicity and walking away from it. Um, they know you see. They know you see. So therefore, they will continue to try to target you until it's just no more. And unfortunately, believe me, unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. I think it's weird, um, but it's just whoever made up these cockamamie stories and rules, man. I don't know. I don't remember subscribing to this crap, and I don't. Um, but I'm here. It's like I don't know how many of you ask yourself, why am I here? I'm sure a lot of you do. Why am I in this world? What am I doing here? Because you don't fit into this world. You don't conform to this world. You don't allow people to walk on you. Um, and it's not like you were before. It's just many of you are good souls out there, just, helpful, doing their next right thing. And then you get taken advantage of. Like I said, it happens to me a lot. Even those who say they're enlightened, okay? I'm finding a very deceptive, very deceptive. Like I've shared, I have a dear friend of mine. She's a Jehovah's Witness, man. And it's like, I've never seen someone talk out both sides of their mouth, because I won't conform and allow someone to indoctrinate me into anything. We're not supposed to be indoctrinated into anything here. I don't feel we are. It goes against everything about me. Like I love God. I love divine creator. I love God, the true God, not of this world. I love God, creator of all that is. And I remember God. For I have died and come back to tell you that God is real. The heavenly kingdom is real. And they're trying to get you to constantly doubt and dismiss it. Constantly. Everything here is of everything. Like, I have my guilty pleasure stupid shows. Not so much anymore, because I'm seeing, even on YouTube, I'm seeing a lot of darkness being infiltrated. Um, a lot of it. And maybe something, listen, my channel is a light channel. And if I'm showing you something, it's for a reason. And if it resonates, great. Again, if it doesn't, that's okay. Keep going. You want to be awake. And it'll make you cry. And it will. It'll make you cry. It'll make you cry, because the level of deceit is so fucking deep. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Most people are in relationships that are they don't realize that they're in a dark contract. They don't get it. They just think that it's, I don't know, whatever. That there's a lot of, like, when you enter in any kind of sacred union, anything, any of these contracts, they're dark. Because why would you need a contract? Everything's contracts here. Everything. Why would you need a contract? For there are societies that don't live like that. And if anything's a secret, it's not okay. All right, secrets are not okay. One more time, secrets, secret societies, people telling you to keep secrets, that's not okay. Nothing should be secret. Nothing should be that confusing when it comes from the holies of holies, ever. It should be very direct and clear. You shouldn't be confused, for we are reading books of both worlds, by the way. And these ancient texts, and they've been moved and changed, and they have, from different scribes. You know, some of you who read the King James Bible, have you ever looked up King James, or did you just go by just because the book says so? And I'm not nothing against that. Scripture's real. These are directions. These are directions, and these are warnings for us, and these are navigational tools for us who seek the truth. But that, I mean, I'm just like, okay. So I wanted, again, I wanted to share about that. Let me go to DuckDuckGo here. Whoops, not that. Hold on. Sorry. DuckDuckGo. I was asking more about Gabriel. And I actually looked up Gabriel with the Masonic Bible as well. Someone had asked me about, I posted about what they call light. Yeah, watch, I'm not going to be able to find it now. A lot of sevens had come up, though, a ton of them. And they're both sides of the spectrum, not just one. Because, you know, they switch things here. They do. Believe it or not. And remember, it's a secret. Shh, you know what I mean? Okay, so this is what I kind of pulled up here. So this is what's disturbing about this stuff is because, okay, so I looked up the stuff about the Masons, okay? Come out there. Anyway, all right, so this is it goes into its history comes up through the darkness, a privation through which the children of Israel passed when their country despoiled were carried away to Babylon, and for 70 years remained captives and slaves to the Nubisharis, whatever they are, and his successors. And like a lifeline on a storm-tossed sea, it led descendants of that mighty race back through the Great Tribulation to the home of their fathers and directed the rising of still another temple, all right, to the worship of the one and only God. Now, mind you, they honor Satan, Lucifer. See how tricky that can be? Very tricky, even in your Bible. Very, very tricky for you reading about Enki and Enlil and other things that they have besmirched. They've completely besmirched it. It's very distorted, and it's trickery on purpose, and it's not cool. And that will be, you know, and just when you think you know, something else comes up, and you're like, oh, I don't know about you, but it sits me down. But I'm deep, you know. I'm a deep soul here. It fucking hurts in this world. It does. Part of my mouth, but it does. This world hurts, and I'm over it. And there, okay, this is in the Masonic crap. And there, on that holy ground, was raised from the ashes of the tabernacle by Masons. Remember, the tabernacles were stolen a few years ago, okay? Dedicated to him, to whom they prayed as they engaged in their work. They worship not the sun at noon, the wandering stars and the changing moon, the wind, the flood, and the flame. We will not bend to the votive knee. To wisdom, virtue, liberty, there is no God but God for us. In Jehovah, his name. And I was just talking about my friend that keeps trying to indoctrinate me into a dark, religion or whatever. That I don't think she don't. Maybe she does understand. I don't know. Not my business. But it really irritates me because you can't just. That's why there's a lot of battles over these religions. It has been for eons. I don't subscribe to it. I read scripture. I find that there are directions and warnings, but they're not my religion. I'm not into organized religion at all, because it's an indoctrination, and you shouldn't be tricked into an indoctrination. It's really highly disturbing, especially the Catholic stuff. And my friend, I wonder if she even understands it. She's reading about. She doesn't understand that Jehovah's a fallen one. She doesn't. She don't. And they don't want to hear it. They really believe that's God, and that's fine. They have that. Have at it. I don't. So, and there's like no conversation that I can have with her, because she's always trying see if you were, if basically saying, see if you were aligned with Jehovah, like no, 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 no. And just like I've come across people who think Zeus is God. But even going into the seven Hathors, I was finding a lot of information on a lot of misinformation that spread around with the Hathors as well. And when I find it again, if I come across it again, I will definitely share it, because it's important for those who you consider you love, you're a child of the Most High God. That's who I'm talking to. You honor that in your soul, and you don't conform to the bullshit here. Part of my mouth, but it's just where I'm at right now. I'm so disgusted, and you got to get to a point. You're just disgusted. Things shouldn't have to be that way, but they are, because they're breaking down. Of reading that, though, was just kind of blowing my mind, like it's saying. So they're all like Freemasons. So they have. So either they stole Thoth's tools. Thoth did betray the Emerald Order and the Emerald Covenant, and gave them sacred information, which I feel is the tools of whatever they call the Freemasons here. And they want you to, they ain't gonna tell you the truth. They're not gonna be like, yeah, we're dark and we do all this horrible things behind the scene. They're not gonna tell you that. But every one of these actors and world leaders, and they're everywhere, and they are everywhere. Corporations, all of it. They're at brick and mortar, all of it. So I heed the call, and I heed the warning, and I trust what I get. And I don't always understand. It ends up revealing itself to me, but at the time, I'd be like, whoa, that's big. Okay, there's more to come here. And what does this mean that I'm getting this information? Well, I can't go out there and it goes. I'm being reminded of Thor when he starts the star to make his hammer, his new hammer. Something about that. And again, we have the neutron star here. If you don't know that, we do, right near CERN. So maybe something's going on with that. Something's nudging at me about that. So I just don't got the warm and fuzzies about any of this stuff anymore. I never did. I never have. We cannot rely on man. One of my favorite sayings is, there's going to come a time, especially if you're in recovery and stuff like that, but this goes really across the board. There's going to come one on earth can help you. And what does that mean? If no one on earth can help you, then who's going to help you, right? The Most High God. It's trust and relying on your connection. And if you believe that's Jehovah, have at it, because you're gonna be kind of a rude awakening, or you honor that, and you're. I'm just not gonna say anything about that. I'm just gonna leave that one alone. And I only brought that up because it's like I love my friend, but it's just every conversation, it's like a freaking battle of indoctrination of like, it's trying to convince me, like, get away from me. I don't talk about this. I'm not trying to push who I believe true divine creator is on anybody. If you believe, you believe. You don't, you don't. But to tell someone, well, if you were aligned with Jehovah, everything, get away. So back to the star seed years ago that was like, oh, Zeus is Father God. And the Hathors, and Zeus is not Father God, by the way. And she was getting all these material things. We're not about material things. We're not. And most of you out there, you're living that. You're truly living that. There's a lot of displacement going on. Because we're supposed to be, we don't need things, even though things are just matter. Things will come and go. It's a true almost breaking of the bread again, and again. For we will always, I feel, be brought to the proverbial knee or the physical knee, to keep you right-sized, to not be deceived by the stuff that's going on around. And it's big. It's big. Many of you you're feeling it, you're experiencing it, you've had dreams about it, you've had prophetic dreams about it, you share prophetic word about it, but for you are protected. You may not feel like it either, but you are protected. You are protected. For rejection is divine protection. Like this morning, I had a conversation with someone. There's such a shiesty shitbag, and yeah, I do swear. It is what it is. Because I'm just so disgusted of someone thinking because you sit behind a desk, you have any kind of power over my world. You have zero. And again, you can go fuck yourself. And that's how I feel. I got the go fuck yourself shit going on here. I'm over it. I'm over people trying to think that they have control over other people. It's just a strange concept to me. Hi, Seven. I understand what you're saying about that. Yeah. It's like to the point there's nothing left here. And then I was reading Yellow Rose of Texas came up. Something came up in her feed the other day. Talking about the Eastern Star and that gate. And take it or leave it. You believe what you want. And the Eastern Star is Morning Star. And then finding out Mary is Lilith. And I'm like, wow, the deception is deep here. Okay? And when Gabriel descended, because I've been feeling Gabriel all morning, when Gabriel descended, and don't believe me, I don't go looking to think of this stuff. I even say, like, what is going on? Why am I thinking of this? I could literally say this probably 100 times a day. Why am I thinking of this stuff? Because it's all related to the scripts. Because it's a script here. Not organized religion, to the scripts. Hold on a second. So anyway, and how she put in, there's some videos she did about the Eastern Gate and how everyone went there and they kept telling people, come on, come on. And we've been here before, and we have. And many didn't. They went to the West. And they didn't understand why the children of the Most High God would go to the West. For I was getting a lot of the Eastern Star is Morning Star, and they were tricked. And I feel like some of us been there before, because we've gone through this before, and we have. Again, you believe what you want. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. You trust your own soul always, in your instincts. But I'm going to tell you right now, Lucifer is very real, and Lucifer is very cunning, and very baffling, and highly deceiving. Highly, 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 highly. He's the master magician, which reminds me of Thoth. Just does. Those are Thoth's tools. He was the architect of this place. None of these have been my created God of all that is. I don't know who Ra is. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I know he's clearly ancient and he's here. Not my God. You know what I'm saying? I know Isis and Osiris and all of them are here. Not my God, but I know they're here. And I'm just watching this all unravel, and all these Hollywood folk and your musicians and all, they're all being exposed. They're all do the one eye. They all do their little, like, hand gestures. And I'm even being mindful of mine, like, because everything matters. And seriously, Jesus came through the other day. Christ did. The Messiah, Yeshua, came through about that, specifically about the logos, sigils, and everything here is of Lucifer. Everything is. We can never forget that. I mean, if you want to go into daily life and think, Lucifer ain't real and God ain't real, keep going. Keep it going. Because you'll realize that you've been indoctrinating yourself into some serious heavy-ass darkness. It does, I feel, have some kind of spiritual consequence for this is a supernatural battle that we're in that looks like a 3D meat suit. And the war in heaven is real. And even though we've already won, and we have, right now we're in this reverb effect of it trickling down onto the earthly plane. And to just hold course, trust your instincts. A lot of you feel like you don't know where you're supposed to go. What are you supposed to do? I'm one of them. I'm with you. I'm in a moment of serious crossroads of what am I supposed to do here, because this isn't working. This is a broken system. This isn't working. Plus having physical disabilities, serious ones, and it's been rough. It's been a rough few days physically for me, and I had no intention on even coming live and even sharing that much of it. Most of you don't participate in the holidays anymore. Like, your whole life has changed. You went from being one way, you live one way of living and going along with this world, and then waking up and realizing Christmas isn't really Christmas. Easter really isn't Easter, and Thanksgiving is not what you really thought it was. That's highly disturbing in itself, Thanksgiving. And this all goes back to the Masonic rituals. And it does. It really does. And that everything is tainted here. We're constantly under attack. Constantly. It's fucking relentless, if you ask me. It's relentless. And I keep armoring up, and that's all we can do. Is that we're not going to go unscathed, by the way. It would be great if we did, but this is like, finding out what you're made of, I guess. I don't know. And I don't say that fucking lightly, because I'm in a very weird space. It's like being in purgatory. I really think we're in purgatory. I don't care how that sounds. I really think we're in some kind of weird purgatory, and many of us are being moved. It's not like, because you're thinking negative, or it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with like you're in the middle of this leap of faith and you're like tripping, and then there was something else that came up about tripping through the wires and how that was some kind of Masonic thing, right? And I got that like a while ago. I'm like, it's like tripping through fucking wires here, and that's like a Masonic thing. I didn't know that until I found out the other day. I was like, wow. And then as I'm trying to move through my timelines, I find these Klingons. Okay, like I gave my notice. Okay, I gave my 30-day notice, and I'm going to document this. I gave my 30-day notice legally. Boop. I forgot to turn in my keys. I'll go and do that today. So I get a phone call of how my account, first of all, I'm not an account, I'm a person. And my account is still open because I didn't return keys that are going to be replaced anyway. See how that is? To try to lock you in, to try to still latch on to you. That's a go fuck yourself. Get away from me. Like, you have the trauma I have been through, where I live, that's supposed to be my home, is just steps of illegal. It's targeting. They target people with disabilities. They target people who are on housing or low income. They target. Don't mess with me, because I may not look like much, but I will fight. If it's down to my last breath, for the right thing, because that's what we're supposed to do here, because it's part of who you are. It's part of who you are, to fight for the right thing. They are part of the Anunnaki. So Thoth went to the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki factions. That's why some of these people who had coming out with the truth, okay, they're part of the Anunnaki draconian factions that know their time is up. So now they're like, oh, we're going to come out with the truth. But again, universal law, they have to tell us the truth, even though they wrap it in a bunch of illusional lies. And you got to figure it out. But when you got Jack Black coming out, we're using the satanic sign of Satan, and it's a Christmas movie, and kids are gonna go see this stuff. Like that's a low blow. Like it's just very blatantly obvious, and it's like you really got to protect yourself and your kids. Um, it's one thing when you don't know, but when you start waking up and you realize, then that's I think a level of trespassing that's like mm-mm. And I do believe in levels of like the wrath of the Most High. You'll get reminded real fast, like, ooh, okay, nope, we're not supposed to do that. Back it up, and reevaluate. And a lot of us, again, are we're being moved for a divine reason into the unknown, and and it can be scary. It can. I just know, like for me, right here, right now, this isn't working. This isn't working, and I'm all about staying in the solution. The problem can just keep circling you down the drain. You got to stay in the solution. What's the solution? You got to find the solution. Trust the signs you're seeing. You do it's going to be different for everybody, but stay in the solution. The problem wants you in the problem. And it's our duty to not stay in the problem. We stay in the solution. We are the solution. And then even like, because I go to AA meetings. I like AA and stuff, but I also see I also know the history of AA, and I do know the Rothschilds approached Bill Wilson and wanted to take claim into Alcoholics Anonymous, and before they saw money in it, they wanted control, and Bill Wilson went against them, even though the coin has the freaking pyramid in the eye in the middle of it. With your number of years or months or whatever, I'm like, wow, tricky little suckers. But the 12 steps are not. It's just trust and rely on God, clean house, and help others. And you come to believe in the power greater than yourself. They're not telling you who God is. That's you come to your own terms for you. So he didn't go with them because they wanted to stay clean, but I don't know why he causes the triangle a little different, but it's still a triangle. It's still a pyramid with an eye in it. And I was seeing that a long time ago, and I found it very disturbing. And it also can, I don't know, maybe he wanted it to be the Holy Spirit. I don't know, but I did, I'm not going to be part of something to help me get sober if I'm not going to know the history of it, but it works, and it does work. I think the whole world should actually do the 12 steps. When you start owning your stuff and stop blaming others, I'm not saying others aren't responsible for things. It's not what I mean. It's just, you just got to reel it back and keep it in your own energy of you see what you see, you know what you know, and just keep it going. And you just got to focus on what you can do for you, for the next right thing for you. Hopefully not hurting another or harming another or being selfish, self-centered, self-seeking, and dishonest, right? Those aren't really hard guidelines to live by. It can be sometimes, because we're going to be tempted more, and that's coming. That is coming. It is. And there's another great deception coming as well with the Trumpster here. Okay, remember the Trumpster, the trickster, right? The Joker. They're all puppets to the same master. They really are, and they don't give a crap about us, and they don't. We're the Last Supper. That's how I see it. Like, we're the Last Supper. We're energies for them. We're a food source for them. But yes, back to the Anunnaki. So Thoth made agreements with them, and now it's over. It's over. The factions are breaking down. They're coming out with the truth because they want to be saved. They don't want to be sent to, whatever. Maybe it's an actual pit. I don't know. But I know that pit is open. And that CERN, those ceremonies they show at CERN, those are actually real. They're not like when they show you the portal and things coming out. It's real. It's really happening. It's not like, oh, it's entertainment and this is what's going to happen. They're showing you the portal and they're showing you the stuff that's coming through it. And you're watching demons, legit. And like anybody who's on television, again, and believe me, this has been a little weird for me because I have a cousin that was an actor. And you can't be an actor without selling your soul. And they blatantly tell you, oh, I sold my soul to Satan. I mean, right nowadays, from the bips and bops I've seen, because I don't really watch a lot of stuff, but what I get shown it's like they're all blatant. And people are laughing, thinking it's funny. Like, do you think they're joking? They're being honest with you. They're telling you they're honoring Satan, that they sold their soul. Bob Dylan said it moons ago. He had to sell his soul. So the great deception is here. It's happening, and I trust none of it. And we're all being rearranged and moved around for whatever our divine reason, and it's unsettling and it's a bit scary. But you just gotta, trust who you believe God is in the directions that you're being given. For this rejection is divine protection. So that's what came out with these messages this morning, and I found that interesting. However that resonates with you, okay? Because this goes back to, again, the rise of the morning star. And it doesn't matter whether you believe in Satan, Lucifer, or the devil, believes in you and knows you're real. It's all, these people are like, oh no, that's not real, and so that means it won't happen because it's not real. Like, you live in it every single day. Every single day. And when the catacombs, which is a beehive, which is a hive mind, when you realize, if you go through theology and you want to be a priest, and you get shown these documents, and you realize the God that you thought you were preaching was not the true divine creator of all that is, yeah. That's a big sit-down moment and a reevaluation. Many of us are going through a huge... Pluto is transiting right now Aquarius, and it is a time to tap in for greatness. We have that ability. We do. We are the best. We are the greatest manifestors here. We really are. We just have to remember who we are. And just keep going. And I'm saying this for myself, too. You just got to keep going. No matter what, just keep going. Push through it, push through it, push through it. And pause when you're agitated, halt, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. These are like key little things that help me. And I'm not saying I do this all perfect, because I don't. There's times I forget and I get reminded, all right, when I pause when you're agitated, when you're tired, rest. It's okay to rest. It's okay to take a minute. It's okay to, if you don't have an answer, you're processing. I'm processing right now. I'll get back to you. And you'll be amazed who's trying to cling on to your energy as you're moving through this stuff. So take that how that resonates, or don't. So that's pretty much all I have. Yeah, see, the aristocrats. I can't make this up. The aristocrats have been the teachers here, trying to teach the crystal child who trusts their own soul versus the aristocrats. See what I'm saying? The betrayal. Yeah, I can't make... Look at that. Betrayal. The betrayal. The aristocrats are the betrayal over the crystal children. The crystal children, it's going to go against everything you are. And it will. It won't feel right. It won't. It won't feel right at all. You are your own biggest teacher as well. And these things are our biggest teacher as well. There's many, many teachers on our path. Many, many, many. Some can be our greatest teachers, which can be the most darkest moments, by the way. And then there's the most light moments, too. So it's going to get real interesting with all this that's going on in the world right now. So just keep going. Just keep pushing through. Remember who you are, because you are divine love and divine light. And you truly are the divine spark. You are God, creator of all that is here, having a temporary human experience. One more time. You are God, creator of all that is. The tab 4444. that's having a temporary human experience, and you're being they don't like that you're God, creator of all that is. They don't like that. They don't want you to know who you are. They don't want you to remember who you are. And they don't want you to believe in any of this stuff. And it goes back for me with Ed and Lorraine Warren years ago. Ed Warren, who is one of the pioneers of paranormal investigation, he was actually a demonologist, and he was out to prove the devil was real. For people didn't want to believe it. But yet you don't believe Jesus is real, but you'll believe the devil is real. You know, that's kind of weird to me too, but that's just me. And most of these people who are enlightened, wearing demonic sigils, that think that they're wearing enlightenment or something, it's very deceptive. So they're either purposely doing it, you know, there's only two ways, or they're not, you know. And you just, we're not of this world. We're in this world, but we're not of this world. And we just, you know, we're not supposed to really subscribe to a lot of any of the stuff here. You know, we're just here to observe, take notes, learn, have an experience, but you truly are God, creator of all that is. You are a divine spark here in temporary meat suit, having an experience. What a trip. What a trip. What a trip this place is. Because who made up this stuff? Like, why? I mean, I asked myself, like, what is this? Why did I asked myself a lot of questions about a lot of things. You know? But that's me. I'm deep. Have a beautiful, blessed day.